What if I told you there are SUVs on the road today that can last longer than your career, your mortgage, and maybe even your retirement? Sounds impossible, right? But the truth is, while most SUVs drain thousands of dollars a year in repairs and depreciation, a few special models were engineered so well they just don't quit. These machines are hitting 300,000, even 500,000 miles, with nothing more than routine oil changes, filters, brakes, and common sense maintenance. Today, we're counting down the 10 SUVs that never break down, the ones you can buy once, drive forever, and still sell for a profit down the line. Stick around for number 1 and a surprise in the second half of this video, because one of these SUVs has crossed over 1,000,000 miles in real-world use. Let's get started. Number 10, Toyota 4Runner. If there's one SUV that perfectly defines toughness, it's the Toyota 4Runner. Unlike most modern crossovers that rely on fragile electronics and turbocharged engines, the 4Runner is built like an old-school truck. It rides on a body-on-frame platform powered by a naturally aspirated 4.0-liter V6 that has barely changed in decades. That's a good thing. It means the engine has been perfected, tested, and proven across millions of vehicles worldwide. Real-world stories back this up. Owners routinely log 300,000 to 400,000 miles, and some examples in the Middle East and South America have gone past 500,000 miles still on their original drivetrain. Reliability surveys consistently rank it near the very top for dependability, and depreciation is laughably low. Buy a used 4Runner today, drive it for 10 years, and you could still sell it for close to what you paid. The only downside? Fuel economy isn't great, hovering around 16 to 18 miles per gallon. But here's the trade-off. The 4Runner doesn't break. It doesn't leave you stranded. And whether you're tackling snow, rocky mountain trails, or just school runs, it delivers that rare peace of mind very few SUVs can match. Number 9, Subaru Outback. On paper, the Subaru Outback looks like a tall wagon. In reality, it's one of the most reliable, versatile, and money-saving SUVs you can own. Subaru's secret weapon is its symmetrical all-wheel drive, paired with bulletproof, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engines. Unlike many SUVs that treat AWD as a pricey add-on, Subaru makes it standard, which means fewer surprise repair bills and better stability on any road. Most Outbacks sail past 200,000 miles with just oil, filters, and brakes. Mechanics often admit, reluctantly, that these cars just don't show up in the shop very often. Insurance companies love them too, thanks to consistent IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus ratings, which means you save money every single month on premiums. And it gets better. The Outback's resale value is among the strongest in its class. A well-kept Outback from 5 years ago can still demand thousands more than rivals like the Ford Edge or Nissan Murano. If you want to maximize value, the 2020 model year is a sweet spot. Modern tech and safety without the brand new sticker shock. Sure, it's not the fastest SUV on the list, but if your priority is longevity, low cost of ownership, and year-round safety, the Outback is a near-perfect choice. Number 8, Toyota RAV4. The RAV4 is more than just the best-selling SUV in America. It's a financial cheat code. Toyota absolutely nailed the formula. Lightweight design, bulletproof 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, and a chassis that's practically indestructible. The result? RAV4s from the early 2000s are still running strong on their original engines and transmissions at 250,000 plus miles. And here's what blows people away. Because Toyota has a global reputation for reliability, the RAV4 holds its value like gold. A 5-year-old RAV4 can sell for almost as much as a brand new competitor from Ford or Chevy. That's depreciation protection most SUVs can only dream about. Performance-wise, the RAV4 isn't built to thrill. But when you look at the numbers, it makes sense. Average annual maintenance costs are under $450 per year, according to RepairPal, compared to $650 to $800 for rivals. Add in excellent fuel economy, 28 to 30 miles per gallon combined, and high safety ratings, and you've got a vehicle that not only lasts decades, but also protects your wallet every single day. Buying a RAV4 is like buying equity. It's a safe bet that pays you back in the long run. Number 7. Acura RDX. Luxury and reliability don't often go together. Usually, if you buy German, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, you're signing up for repair bills in the thousands. But the Acura RDX flips that script. From 2013 to 2018, the RDX used Honda's rock-solid 3.5-liter V6 and 6-speed automatic transmission, the same combo that powers the Honda Pilot. Translation: bulletproof dependability wrapped in a luxury suit. Owners regularly report crossing 150,000 to 200,000 miles with nothing more than standard maintenance. And unlike European rivals that plummet in value, the RDX holds steady. In fact, a used RDX often sells for less than a Toyota RAV4, yet gives you more space, more features, and true luxury comfort. That's a depreciation hack most buyers completely miss. Here's another surprise: insurance. Because the RDX has excellent crash test scores and isn't considered a high-risk luxury SUV, monthly premiums can actually be lower than a Ford Escape or Chevy Equinox. Imagine that. Luxury driving, economy running costs. The RDX proves that you don't need to sacrifice comfort for reliability. It's Honda DNA dressed up with leather seats, premium sound, and sharp styling, without the headaches of a German badge. Number 6. Hyundai Santa Fe. A decade ago, Hyundai wasn't exactly a name people trusted for long-term durability. But the Santa Fe changed that, and it did so in a big way. Hyundai shook the industry by offering a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and they backed it up with real-world reliability. Owners report driving past 200,000 miles with little more than routine service. What makes the Santa Fe stand out is the cost-to-value ratio. Fuel economy is competitive, insurance rates are often lower than rivals like Jeep or Volkswagen, and maintenance costs are minimal. According to Edmunds, a Santa Fe costs nearly 25% less to maintain over 10 years compared to a Ford Explorer. That's thousands of dollars saved without giving up comfort or features. Depreciation has also shifted in Hyundai's favor. 10 years ago, resale values were weak. Today, thanks to proven reliability, the Santa Fe holds value much better, giving buyers both peace of mind and financial security. It's the SUV that turned Hyundai into a serious player, and it's one of the smartest buys for families who want dependability without breaking the bank. Number 5. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V isn't just an SUV, it's a global phenomenon. Year after year, it ranks among the top-selling SUVs worldwide, and there's a very simple reason: reliability. Honda engineers designed the CR-V to be efficient, light, and ridiculously tough. The naturally aspirated 2.4-liter four-cylinder, and later, the 1.5 turbo, if properly maintained, can cross 300,000 miles with ease. The CR-V's reputation is so strong that used models barely lose value. A 10-year-old CR-V with 150,000 miles still sells for thousands more than a Ford Escape or Chevy Equinox of the same age. That's depreciation protection that only Toyota and Honda can consistently deliver. On the road, it's not flashy, it's about consistency. Average maintenance costs sit around $400 per year, and insurance is among the lowest in its class. For families, the CR-V is a dream. Safe, fuel-efficient, 28 to 34 miles per gallon depending on trim, and with rear seats that fold flat for cargo, it's built to last through every stage of life. Buy one, and you may never feel the need to switch again. Number 4. Lexus GX460. If you want luxury that never dies, look no further than the Lexus GX460. Underneath its leather, wood trim, and luxury badge, the GX is basically a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, a legendary off-road SUV sold in rugged markets around the world. That means it's overbuilt for reliability, with a 4.6-liter V8 that's engineered to run forever. GX owners routinely push past 300,000 miles, and many examples from the early 2000s are still worth upwards of $20,000 on the used market. That's insane resale value for a luxury SUV. What really sets the GX apart is how it blends comfort with durability. You get full-time four-wheel drive, a proper body-on-frame chassis, and luxury features like adaptive suspension and premium sound. And yet, compared to German rivals, maintenance costs are dramatically lower. A 10-year cost analysis shows the GX is nearly 40% cheaper to own than a BMW X5. Bottom line, the GX isn't just a luxury SUV, it's a luxury tank. If you want something that pampers you daily, but can also cross deserts and mountains, the GX 460 is practically unbeatable. Number 3. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot is one of those SUVs that quietly does everything right. With seating for up to 8, a rock-solid 3.5-liter V6, and Honda's legendary engineering, the Pilot has built a reputation for lasting well beyond 250,000 miles. Families often keep them for over a decade, and many are still running smoothly after 15 to 20 years. One of the Pilot's biggest strengths is low running costs. Average repairs are minimal, and because the Pilot shares parts with other Hondas, like the Odyssey and Accord, components are cheap and widely available. That means even when something does wear out, it doesn't cost a fortune to fix. Depreciation is also in your favor. Unlike a Dodge Durango or Chevy Traverse, which lose value rapidly, the Pilot holds strong resale numbers. Add in high safety ratings, roomy interiors, and reliability that's practically bulletproof, and you've got one of the best long-term SUV investments you can make. Number 2. Toyota Land Cruiser. Now we're entering legend territory. The Toyota Land Cruiser isn't just an SUV, it's an icon of durability. In Africa, the Middle East, and remote parts of Australia, the Land Cruiser is often the only vehicle trusted to survive harsh climates, brutal terrains, and zero access to repair shops. And here's the thing, it does. With engines like the 5.7-liter V8 in US models and indestructible diesel options overseas, Land Cruisers regularly cross 400,000 to 600,000 miles. There are even documented examples surpassing 1 million miles. That's not hype, that's fact. Yes, they're expensive. A new Land Cruiser is north of $80,000, and even a 20-year-old example with 200,000 miles can still demand over $25,000. But that's the point. Land Cruisers don't depreciate like normal cars because demand for them never dies. They're considered one of the most reliable vehicles ever built by mankind. When you buy a Land Cruiser, you're not just buying a car, you're buying peace of mind for decades. Number 1. Lexus LX 570. At the very top sits the Lexus LX 570, the luxury cousin of the Toyota Land Cruiser. It takes everything that makes the Land Cruiser invincible and adds a layer of luxury, refinement, and prestige. Under the hood, you still get the 5.7-liter V8, paired with one of the most over-engineered automatic transmissions ever built. On the outside, you get Lexus styling, plush interiors, and cutting-edge comfort features. Here's the magic. Despite all the luxury, it doesn't compromise reliability. Owners regularly push beyond 300,000 miles, and resale value is staggering. A 10-year-old LX can still sell for more than $30,000, while rivals like the Range Rover or Mercedes GLS lose nearly all their value after a decade. Insurance and maintenance costs are higher than, say, a RAV4 or CRV, but when you factor in lifespan and resale, the LX is often cheaper to own long-term. Simply put, it's the ultimate buy once, drive forever SUV. So, there you have it, the 10 SUVs that never break down. From budget-friendly legends like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4 to the untouchable Toyota Land Cruiser and Lexus LX. These are the rare machines that can outlive multiple owners, rack up hundreds of thousands of miles, and still demand top dollar on the used market. If you want peace of mind, low ownership costs, and the confidence to drive anywhere without fear of breakdown, these SUVs are your safest bet. Tell me in the comments, which one of these would you trust for a cross-country road trip tomorrow?